Today, we are actually in the hangar on taking off.
520, 520.
Welcome to Taking Off. I'm Christy Wong, and we've got some paint stuff going on today. We're gonna get right into it and start talking about it. Ty, what are we gonna see today?
We're gonna see a newly acquired 170 that Envoy's just procured. It's in paint right now and it's almost done.
Okay, look at this. Literally, somebody is up there right now, like dabbing paint on an airplane.
This is nearly a finished product, so they've gone through and they've walked it several times, put eyes on, and they're looking at every inconsistency in it so that they can go back and fix it. And actually what she's doing right now is fixing like a run or a sag in the paint. The Envoy acquired this airplane from Republic Airlines. It was flying under the United colors, and we're now painting it for American Eagle. The wings were stripped down to their base coat of paint that the manufacturer puts on there. They do an inspection and come back and they throw the first layer of gray, our Silver Eagle gray, on there.
I like that. Silver Eagle. I see. That's something I didn't know. Trivia now that I can ask my captains. What color are our airplanes?
Silver Eagle.
Silver Eagle. I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I take it that you have stencils for everything, or do you just have very talented artists?
We do stencils for the whole airplane. They backmask or free sprayed the gray on there, and then they laid a stencil onto that says American Eagle on there, and they slayed it up on there. Then they went back and they sprayed all the gray and came back and removed the stencil, and that's what you see now.
This is really exciting because I know I'm going to wind up flying this airplane at some point, so I can say that I saw this baby in the paint shop getting painted.
We know what it weighed before it came here. And so now we're coming back and we have to weigh it after that, so we know how much weight is on the front of the airplane versus the back and left to right.
Every single airplane has a slightly different weight and balance, and I always thought, well, wait a minute, they're the same airplane. Why wouldn't they be the same? This actually makes a lot of sense.
Because it's just people coming back with spray guns back and forth, and so you might have a little more weight on the front end of the airplane as opposed to the back.
You might have noticed I've got a slight weight problem.
The last airplane had a positive CG, and you're used to seeing them more with a negative CG.
Yeah, that's really interesting. The American logo and the stripes of the American tail, it's very deep, like there's depth in it. Is that created by a stencil?
Yes, that's created by a stencil. What they do with this one is that they put up a flat stencil and then they peel it away and they spray the red, and then they put another one up for the blue and then another one up for the white. And then they go back, once it's dried, they put another stencil that's the whole thing on there, and they spray it with the gray on there. So that's what gives it the depth.
I never realized the amount of work and detail that goes into this.
Every little detail will be perfect.
You can see the octagons on it, and it's actually an octagon that's that color.
And I see here that you guys are very meticulous when it comes to safety. She, for example, is wearing this line harness.
Yep, they all have fall protection on them. Here at this paint shop, because this is a vendor, we don't, Envoy and American don't actually paint their own airplanes. Most airlines don't. It's all third parties. And so they follow their OSHA standards where anytime they get above, I think it's 4 feet, they have to put a harness on and be strapped in to go anywhere over the aircraft or into these boom lifts.
Safety first. That's my motto.
We go around to all of our vendors and make sure that they're following our procedures, their procedures. We oversee all of the maintenance that is done on all of our airplanes that vendor does.
Gotcha, so you're kind of like quality control.
I have a quality control function, yes, but I am mostly here for the maintenance and production of maintenance. This is going to be an Air Wisconsin aircraft. It's a CRJ-200. They're about halfway through it right now, so they're getting ready to put all the numbers on, overlay the numbers on where you see all the gray paint is, and then they'll go through, demask it, and then remask it for all the silver colors and the red, white, and blue of the tail.
We are paint all red, white, and blue.
How much weight does the paint add to the aircraft?
This one will be about 42,000 pounds.
What would it be without the paint?
Probably about 38.
So we're adding 4,000 to 6,000 pounds of paint to these aircraft.
I have what doctors call a little bit of a weight problem.
It's more expensive to operate a dark airplane than it is a lighter color airplane, because in the paint mixture to get, say, black, the paint mixture actually has charcoal shavings in it. So you add that extra charcoal to add the color. Well, you know, if you're painting 200 gallons of paint, that adds some weight to it. So you might add, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 pounds just in that color paint.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if this already weighs like 6,000 pounds, I can only imagine what a dark airplane would be. I've seen that all black, like 767 flying around too. Oof. Oof. Is it true that our tail numbers for the 170s are actually named after significant people within the company?
Yes, most of them are. I don't know, like RN, I'm not sure of that one.
I am. It's Robert Nieder.
Oh, is that Nieder?
This is Robert Nieder's airplane.
Well, so there you go. No,
I stumped you.
She gotcha.
the first one was 761 RW. That's Rick Wilson's plane. And so I
have flown Rick's airplane.
American flag, they actually paint this on, and so some people think it's a sticker. They paint that on.
Oh, wow.
And it's they mask it up. They put a base coat of white, and then they lay up the red strips, and then the blue.
Yeah, okay, I can see now. That is not a sticker. That is legitimate paint. This is very meticulous. I'm impressed.
Do you know why the door is painted like that and there's only one piece of gray there?
To make it look cool?
No, it's not just for the cosmetics. The FAA regulates that you can't have the door cutout the same color as the exterior paint of the door around it. That way, fire and EMS can go and say, hey, that's a door, I can cut there or I can get into there. And so they put that dark gray spot there for fire and EMS.
Oh, that's really cool. Plus, it's got the cool factor with it. Yeah. Start to finish, how long does it take to bring in an aircraft, strip it, paint it, and put it out on the line?
Provided for manpower, Envoy gives them 14 days. And so they can get it done in 14 days.
That was fast.
The next plane is actually outside.
Oh, wow. Okay. I kind of want to see that.
We just got our delivered new to us 170. So this one is going to come into paint right after the one that I just showed you leaves. It's going to get the same paint job and everything. So yeah, this baby came from us from another airline, and
we're going to strip her down and dress her up.
Exactly, yeah.
You think that I'm like this stripper, and I'm not.
Yeah, we're all getting dressed up.
Once we get it out of paint, it's going to go back to Abilene's for reconformity and then into revenue service.
All right, let's go take a look. I would also like to take a moment to thank our awesome sponsors for helping us make content like this, including Flying Eyes, of which I could not be outside without. So thank you, Flying Eyes. Use the discount code taking off, all caps, one word, for 10% off your own pair of Flying Eyes. You should get a pair of Flying Eyes. Oh, wow. Yeah, she definitely needs a little bit of work.
She needs some love, definitely.
She does. Well, we are here to give her love. What would you say to all of our aspiring future airplane artists, what it would take to get a job doing this?
Just find your nearest paint shop. They're always hiring. It can be a dirty job. It can be pretty grueling, but you know, I take pride in my work, and I'm sure they take pride in, I know that they take pride in their work here. They always watch it go out, and they like to watch it hit the sun and see how pretty it is, and that there's no imperfections, and then it's just ready to go.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm watching them, and they are definitely doing like a spectacular job finishing up just imperfections.
In the paint process, they come back and they go over and look, and they have their quality guys go over and look to see that there's no runs or sags in the paint or orange peel or fisheye, which is, you know, an imperfection in the paint. So they're constantly coming back and looking at it and say, hey, this needs to be fixed. And so they'll come back either at the end of the airplane or right there and address it there, fix it, and then we come out and make sure that they did it correctly per our standards and their standards. And we say, hey, this is a good airplane, and we send it on to revenue service.
Well, Ty, thank you so much for everything. This has been amazing, educational, and very cool. That was today's visit to the paint shop. Please like, subscribe, share. We'll see you next time on Taking Off.